The moment the leaked footage surfaced, the entire sports world tilted on its axis. Caitlyn Clark, already the most polarizing and electrifying figure in the WNBA, was suddenly seen walking side by side with Michael Jordan at his private Florida kingdom. It didn't feel like a random celebrity run-in or a cute social media moment. It felt like destiny bending in real time. The greatest player of all time standing beside the rookie who has captivated millions with her fearlessness, her range, and her competitive fire. The calmness of that Florida golf course hid the magnitude of what was happening. Caitlyn wasn't simply visiting. She was being brought into a world that only a tiny fraction of elite athletes ever enter, and that alone sent shockwaves through every level of the WNBA. What began as whispers from a private charity golf event erupted into a storm when a short, shaky video clip captured Caitlyn walking the course with Jordan. The body language between them carried an unmistakable sense of purpose. Jordan wasn't treating her like a fan. He wasn't posing, smiling politely, or entertaining a casual conversation. He walked beside her, as if he was guiding her through something far bigger than the moment itself. That rare energy turned the internet upside down. Hashtags exploded. Analysts froze frames. Commentators dug up every comparison ever made between Caitlyn and Jordan, and suddenly they didn't seem like exaggerations anymore. The meeting felt like the stars aligning for a reason. Grove 23, the ultra-private fortress Jordan built for himself, and only the most elite athletes he respects, became the center of a mystery. This place isn't just a golf course. It's a proving ground. It's where billionaires come to negotiate, where champions come to sharpen their minds, and where Jordan tests people to see what they're really made of. You don't simply show up at Grove 23 unless you are personally chosen. The moment Caitlyn's presence on that course was confirmed, everyone understood that Jordan had taken a special interest in her. And considering her tumultuous rookie season filled with physical battles, media pressure, league politics, and the weight of impossible expectations, it felt like the mentorship she didn't ask for but desperately needed had finally arrived. Witnesses described the atmosphere between them as electric. Caitlyn wasn't acting starstruck. She looked comfortable, confident, even emboldened. There were moments where she dribbled a basketball, demonstrating footwork, showing off her step back, while Jordan observed with that familiar, calculating intensity. His approval doesn't come easily, but something in her game, her attitude, or her resilience clearly impressed him. It felt like he was studying her, not for entertainment, but for potential. Real potential. Generational potential. What happened after the golf round fueled the fire even more. When Jordan requested a private conversation with her inside the serene glass-walled clubhouse, everyone around them sensed something monumental was taking place. They sat together for nearly an hour, while security kept everyone else away. When Caitlyn emerged, she looked different. Not shocked or overwhelmed, but centered, driven, as if she had been handed a roadmap through the chaos she had endured as the WNBA's most scrutinized figure. Those close to her said she carried herself with a new sense of clarity. It was as if Jordan had reminded her of something she already knew deep down. The greatest players face the greatest storms. But the Real explosion came the next day when rumors swept across social media hinting that the meeting wasn't just personal. It might have been professional. There were whispers of a partnership, speculation of a brand collaboration, and hints that Caitlyn's relationship with Nike could be evolving into something unprecedented. The idea of Caitlyn becoming the first active WNBA player personally endorsed by Jordan himself lit up the sports world. Suddenly, Jordan brand executives were reportedly holding late-night calls. The WNBA League office was scrambling to regain control of the narrative, and anxious insiders admitted this partnership could shift the balance of power in women's basketball overnight. Then came the photo that ignited a global frenzy. Caitlyn lacing up a prototype pair of shoes marked with a glowing Jumpman logo. She didn't write a caption announcing anything. She didn't explain. She didn't tease. She simply posted 2 words that sent chills down the spine of every fan and executive watching her rise. The internet exploded in chaos. Rumors of a signature line spread instantly. Analysts declared that women's basketball had crossed into a new era. Even NBA stars joined the conversation, celebrating her ascent into a space no WNBA player had ever entered. And behind all of the noise, behind the excitement and the envy, it became clear that Jordan had chosen her for something far bigger than a simple collaboration. Inside the league, however, the reaction was not so celebratory. Executives panicked at the realization that Caitlyn's star power might soon expand far beyond their reach. Some quietly admitted the league had underestimated her influence and the long-term impact of her global appeal. Others worried that if Jordan began shaping her career from the outside, the league's ability to manage its own narrative would collapse. Even players were divided. Some supported the idea of Caitlyn breaking new ground and elevating the entire sport. Others felt overshadowed, concerned that she was being positioned as the lone face of the league at the expense of everyone who came before her. But the moment that sealed the significance of this story was still to come. Without fanfare or press statements, the official Jordan Brand account released a simple black and white image of Caitlyn holding a basketball beside the iconic Jumpman logo. The caption carried a message that echoed louder than any speech, any interview, or any announcement ever could. Legacy recognizes legacy. That was it. One line, and it was enough to send the world into a frenzy. That was Jordan himself stepping into the spotlight and placing his stamp on Caitlyn's future. It wasn't marketing. It wasn't hype. It was an acknowledgement, a passing of the torch, a declaration that her path from this moment forward was destined for greatness. This meeting, this mentorship, this connection between Jordan and Caitlyn marks a turning point for the WNBA and for women's sports everywhere. Whether the partnership becomes official or remains a powerful symbol, the truth is undeniable. Caitlyn Clark has entered a new tier of influence. She's no longer just a rookie generating headlines. She's a cultural force, a future icon, and a player whose impact will reshape the sport far beyond this season. History has a way of revealing its giants early, and in her case, the writing is already on the wall. Now the world waits to see how this story continues to unfold. What do you think this unexpected connection between Caitlyn Clark and Michael Jordan really means for the future of basketball? Is this the start of a new era for women's sports, or the beginning of a power shift the league isn't ready for? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you want more deep dive stories, behind-the-scenes breakdowns, and dramatic sports narratives just like this one, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss what happens next.